In November 2025, 28 members of Kilmacud Community Men's Shed flew to Brussels to visit the European Parliament. It was literally a flying visit with a duration of just over 48 hours. Most of us flew out together, but Michael flew out ahead. The project was arranged by John, William, Hugh and George. We arrived in the early evening and got taxis to our hotel. The cost was €80 per taxi. This 4-star hotel was ideal. The decor was a bit old and dark, but facilities were good with plenty of hot water. It was in a nice busy tree-lined street and within walking distance of the EU Parliament buildings. Next day we met at the EU Parliament Hemicycle building. This is an extensive complex of large modern offices placed in the middle of a well-preserved city. It contrasts greatly with the older architecture surrounding it. This made a 30-minute walk from the hotel to the EU buildings very pleasant. Our hosts met us outside the building. Kieran Bulger is based in Brussels working for Fianna Fáil. Kieran describes himself as a proud Republican born on St. Patrick's Day from the Liberties in Dublin. Kieran was introduced to one of our members, Brendan Glynn, who owned a shop in the Liberties way back in the day, and they recognised one another. How Irish is that? Orla Curtin from Youghal, County Cork, works as a trainee in the European Parliament. She has a BA in European Studies from the University of Limerick and is EU Student Career Ambassador for the Limerick University. We entered the Hemicycle building along with many other groups after security check and presentation of passports. After a stroll around the building, we were brought into a small lecture theatre for a personalised presentation. First, Kieran Bulger discussed housekeeping related to the trip. Next, Barry Andrews, MEP, introduced himself and his background. Barry has the chair of the EU Committee for Development, a prestigious role for Ireland. In this role, he has just completed a visit to the Congo. He outlined how exploited and poorly developed that country is. From Belgian exploitation of rubber plantations, the Irish Army in the 1960s, the atrocities by Rwanda, Chinese extraction of earth minerals, and the outdated infrastructure and inadequate, if not corrupt, management. He then went on to speak of other current issues, particularly social media and the related spread of misinformation. Our next speaker was a Swedish lady, Josephine. She told us the Parliament moves to Strasbourg once a month for 4 days. This is a large undertaking involving thousands of civil servants. There are 720 MEPs with a number of seats based on a country's population. When delegates speak, they are restricted to 1.5 minutes. When our personalised presentation briefing was complete, we were escorted to the viewing area of the Hemicycle, where a plenary session was taking place. We saw 6 delegates each speak for approximately 1.5 minutes, both in English and other languages with translation. After leaving the EU Parliament Hemicycle building, we visited the Parliamentarium, which hosts a permanent multimedia exhibition that explains the working of the EU, its history and its inception. After an outdoor lunch in the autumn sunlight, we made our way to the European Committee of the Regions building. We met Micheál Ó Chonchóir, Secretary General of the Alliance Group at the Committee of the Regions. Micheál is from Kerry and speaks Irish, English and French, and lives in Brussels with his wife, Irish, and 3 daughters. He promotes the use of Gaeilge in the EU. He explained that the Committee of the Regions, established in 1994, deals with regional and local representatives in the EU rather than at a national level. Micheál outlined the importance of having good simultaneous translation interpreters and how challenging this work is. Because we don't
have a premises of our own, we meet once a week, and it's in the function room of Kilmacud Crokes, GA.
The trip was not all work. We ate out at nice restaurants in the city. Prices were comparable with Dublin, and the food was good, mussels and fillet steak. The weather was good. On the morning of the last day, we enjoyed views of the city centre before making our way to the airport, some by taxi, others by train.
It's oh so nice to go traveling, but it's so much nicer, yes, it's so much nicer to come home.